It's time for some Waifu Wars. Hey JB, how's it going? We should be getting Valabar versus Will here. This should be a good match. These are both super strong players, so we might just be getting one game, depending on how long it takes. Yeah, if there's anything that's going to stand up to the Valabus, it would be Will underscore. Or if there's anything that's going to break the wall that is Will, it would be the Valabus, you know? Bus versus wall, the classic scenario, right? Alright, here we go. Alright, so overall box comps here. Let's take a look. So Valabar's running something fairly tank pushy. It looks like a pretty solid tank push AoE team. He does have a funny myth flavor with like the giz and stuff. Will's running the Will box, where everything is super tanky, or the one thing that's not ridiculously tanky has a revive. And she can even be fairly tanky. Nobody does this, but you probably could make an argument for running Clock, Bracer, Lana in a tank push setting and just having a pretty good chance of being really tanky and really spammy. Like a pretty good chance. Not 100% chance, but it'd be funny. Right? Sorry, I kind of tuned out for a minute there. I got distracted messing with my cat. Let's see. So Will allows himself to really end up with no healers other than Mariel. I should say he doesn't actually have that many healers in box in the first place. It's really just these three, plus the Mariel. So I think Valabar's box comp is pretty well prepared to fight this. I think the Saintess pick is super strong. She's so good at debuffing, and yeah, I mean, Mariel only can do so much by herself. Sophia could also technically be an option, but I think it's too high of a support pick. You can take Mass Attack on Imelda, and even though Rewind would be fun for auto in the case he doesn't clock. Okay, he goes for picking up his tank, I guess to play against the Grenchill better, and the Sherry. Does mean he's going to end up with probably Giz Christie last. I don't know. I don't know how much Will respects Giz. Just to make sure you guys can hear me, right? This isn't one of those accidentally silent streams. Okay, cool. Hey, Bite Bit. Alright, so overall draft-wise, yeah, so he does get left because 5th, and we get the Christie last. Okay. I think this looks pretty strong for Valabar. I think that... So Kage is Myth, he's Tensei, so we do have attack buff for both of these two. Kaguya is Myth, yeah. I would probably Imelda buff Kaguya here just because she has a lot more reach problems than Auto does. And she has, like, probably higher damage depending on his build. I think Valabar runs Boots or something, but... Or Scepter. One of the two. I hope not both. That's for Milk to do that build. That's not really a Kaguya thing. Yeah, I don't know about Giz AoE or not. The thing with Giz, right, is he's probably Demon, and we've got Holy. So the only things he's actually going to hit are Granchiel and Reem in terms of actual damage. And that's kind of whatever. Granchiel, I guess, is good, but Reem just self-heals. So I don't know that AoE on Giz really does a ton versus FB to boost up your stats for your puppets. Unless Valabar is a surprise mage Giz runner, but... Oh, it is Mage Giz. Yeah, Mage Giz. But he still runs FB. So yeah, she doesn't need to bring Mass Attack because of that. We've got a Spirit Boots auto with Arcav. I'm not sure I would have brought Arcav just because the map is what it is. I guess they're tanky, but... So not Boots on Kaguya, but this Int looks very Sceptery. I know, like, asking people to have 2k Int unbuffed like mine is a little bit of a stretch, but... Oh, so he goes in, goes out of summon before popping. Okay. Which just means it's going to be pretty anemic. So, I mean, Kaguya is well in range to Black Hole. But he's not setting up for anything turn 1 here, it looks like. Unless he's buffing auto. Yeah, I guess Kaguya can still reach me in next turn. Without a Melda Whip, so he's buffing the auto. Or not. Yeah, I think so too. The guard drop is pretty huge. We have Will doing that Will thing again, look at that. Which, like, it was funny the first time, but, like, he has a Sherry that would appreciate an attack buff this time. I assume he's gonna buff before he hits with either of these. I mean, they're really not gonna do damage right now. No, he just goes for it. If this doesn't clock, that could be really rough. He does clock, though. That's pretty lucky. He didn't even, like, use Kaguya's 3-card thing to boost it to a 50%. I don't think she had enough cards, but that can be an option sometimes. The Kaguya is hopefully Medring. Because Sherry is, I think... well, I guess she's straight-lined right now, but... Yeah, actually, it's fine. She's straight-lined. Yeah, that's why I was saying it's, like, kind of a big deal if he clocks, because if you threw out your Big C with no buffs like that, and then you don't clock, so you have, like, nothing to do but sword dance, like, it'd be really awkward, but the clock was lucky. No, he's on Attack God here. That's unbuffed Spirit Boots auto, just being unbuffed Spirit Boots auto. But you can tell he's on Attack God looking at all his heroes, like, high attack. High attack. Like... Oh, there is no whip. You're right, I'm like, why wasn't he using it? Because he didn't bring it. That's a mispick, in my opinion, clearly. Like, not necessarily like he didn't intend to do it, but that it's wrong if he did intend to do it. Like, you have to hit him with a lot of AoEs, as it is, with no whips. Because he does have, like, Will does have a healer and stuff. Still. The awkward thing with the autoplay, too, is that it blocks the space Kaguya really wanted to attack from. Oh, sure, he comes in to kill Puppet. Okay. Yeah, I mean, he's at 1300 with a 4% attack buff. It was 6% before. I don't know where it went, but... I don't really remember how the stat buff on the exclusive works. I'm not an auto guy. I've never had him. I don't know. I feel like you're fine just bringing Mass Steel, though. Or Dispel. Like, you don't really need both. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I really don't think green is that huge of a threat. Exactly, JP. I don't know, I feel like it needs proper juice to break down the combo. I do think it was a little bit of a waste for Will to go ahead and use the Shadow Raid, but auto clocked, so I guess she's just gonna get straight lined next turn anyways. Now auto has something resembling actual stats, and there's some potential. If Will moves up too much, you got Sword Dance on run back plays. I feel like if Christie goes ahead and yeah, just camps out on this fort, I think that's 100% the play. It forces Valabar to kind of reform his cross, because like even if you AoE this, it doesn't do anything because she has immune. Yeah, I understand that save 41, but Dream just doesn't really have that much sustain. You heal once and you're done, unless he clocks. I don't know, I think he needed to bring the punishment. Like, he literally hasn't done damage to Will yet. Like, he just needs, like, summoning clocks here. He keeps getting them, I'll say. And that's, again, without even activating Kaguya's clock buff. Yeah, so I mean, Kaguya just takes the free black hole here, I think, after. Like, you'll wear down the damage dealt, debuff will disappear. Yeah, this is why I think it was awkward for him to use the Shadow Raid last turn, because now he has to, like, wait. Oh, Christie? That is funny, yeah. Yeah, he's 7 range with BB. It's really obnoxious. Was he OP on his Christie, or did he have immune from somewhere? He did have immune from Mariel, I guess. But yeah, here's where we'll see Mariel's problem of Kaguya is just going to black hole Will's team every single turn for the rest of this game. And he can sit in this cross formation until the fog hits here, and then he can move Melda away freely. Like, he is just going to keep wearing this down. I'm surprised that Will only was running 3 healers. I noticed that the last time I watched a Will game, I made note of the fact that he actually doesn't have that many healers in this box. It just isn't really going to do much because Hilda's immune. Kaguya can... I was going to say Kaguya can kill Grand Chill. My Kaguya has killed Grand Chill under these conditions. With Shrine Maidens versus 100% HP Grand Chill, but I don't know that the attack god Kaguya kills. Depends on if he crits. Probably just goes for the Ream because Christie has guard downtime. That's a good call. If he... Yeah, too much DR. Undispellable Silence, though, is pretty nice. No, he doesn't know it's undispellable. I feel like Auto may as well 3C. It'd be funny to like swap the Christie to here. I actually might have just started with that, to be honest. Okay, there's a failed clock finally. Otto is balanced around having one good skill, but that one skill is really good, but if he clocks it 3 times, or 2 times, or whatever, to use it 3 times, he's pretty strong. Is it random which memes she gives? Yeah, I guess it is. Oh, he didn't bring AA. I see, that's how he brought Salvation. That makes sense. Because, yeah, Christie's gonna have problems once this... Oh, actually, it's gone now. I was gonna say Moby Down immunity goes away. Yeah, he has really well-rounded bulk soldiers. That's... This was pretty poorly played by Will in multiple ways. I think Sherry really had to do a lot of heavy lifting for this comp to work. You really need Sherry to get a free kill on something so that Grenchill can start putting down shields. I guess he did kill the puppet, but I would really be looking at killing like the actual Giz or something. And like Christie buff Sherry might dream of killing Kaguya, depending on the Kaguya build. I think he probably is Medring, considering he's playing Holy. But in band pick, you don't know that yet. I would have brought a really offensive troop on Sherry, not Angels. Okay, that's a good way to notice the fixed community. I guess Will's strategy here is just keep center. It's annoying to do that versus auto, but... Auto can get a free sword dance here, because the fog's gonna cover the spot next to Hilda. I don't know if he wants to, just because it's not gonna hit the Mariel. I think I would have probably gone ahead and do it, because then you're in a position where Hilda can just slide in over here to guard everyone. Whereas now, you can't move Hilda forward without dropping someone from guard. So he's gonna have to move forward anyways with auto. So I would have just done it last turn. Keep putting pressure on Will. That's an option. option, I guess. The thing is, Christie has another turn of guard downtime coming up because he did this weird thing again, where he runs the 2C guard. But that does make problems for auto. Yeah. Alright, so he's banking on auto tanking Grenshiel. I'm not sure if he does, to be honest. I guess she doesn't have attack buff anymore, actually, so I'd feel pretty good about that. Sure would be nice if he had princess buff on this Christiane. I wonder if he just forgot he did that and then didn't look at her skills, because you don't really need to change Christiane's skills normally. This Kage will be able to kill this Reen once the Christie stands. Wilson's awkward position now, right? Where you kind of want to save the Grenshiel action for punishing a potential out-of-guard play, or like shieldable Hilda play, but you have to just move, because if you stand this Christie, your Reen just dies, but he dies anyways, you know? You can't save both, because of the turn economy loss from losing Sherry earlier on, so yeah, Kaguya can just go kill Reen, and then slide in here. He's not angry, so he should die, even with Kaguya unbuffed. And I think with the Reen gone, he doesn't really have the pieces anymore to set up an effective fog. The Grenshiel's still applying a fair amount of pressure, but because she does actually now have attack buff. Yeah, that's true. She did have the Iron Fist buff. She just doesn't have attack buff when she's on Maiden, but Reen is not angry and is not very tanky if he's not angry. I don't know. I guess he's still trying to keep the fog positioning up. It's just like if you move the Christie there, you can actually put a shield on the Hilda. So yeah, that's true. He could have. I was thinking about that too. I was thinking like you would just body block, like you put a shield under the Kaguya to slow her down, and then like. But yeah, he's a horse move. You could literally fog, because Hilda doesn't have her guard, with just the shield. I've been thinking you'd have to body block and then just try to tank the Kaguya, which I think she could do, but... Yeah, so Auto runs like two accessories. He either runs Spirit Boots or he runs Divine Apex Boots. And Balance Blade is extremely difficult. I'm not even sure how to actually use the 3C here. Like, moving down there is pretty reasonable, I guess. Just to... well, I mean, Otto was dead anyways. He... No, I guess this is grass. Yeah, it's just hard with so few heroes alive to set up a fog. Kaguya is just gonna do some more ass blasting too. And Auto can reheal block the Mariel too. She did lose guard there. Alright, there's no way Valabar has time for game 2. He said he wasn't even sure. Like, at the start, and that was a long game. But maybe we'll be surprised. The no buff on Christie was so bad for Will's game there. Like, he got trolled by that multiple times, not having full uptime guard and not having buff for Grenshield and stuff, and Sherry. Looks like they gotta go for now. Okay. So, I'm gonna play Ku later. And I think Mikey's also trying to schedule a Ku at some point. I told Ku at first JB, but I'll ping him and see if he's ready early. No response from Pooh yet, so I'm gonna assume we're gonna have to wait till our actual match time later that we set, which is fine. I'll just take stream down now and come back later. You come on.